Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the Food Network. A very special episode in store for us today. Chantal is back in Canada. Yes, she has arrived in the Great White North. She has left Kuwait. She is no longer in the Middle East. She had told us recently that she wanted to go back to Canada to take advantage of Canada's free healthcare system so that she could get some things under control, meaning her weight, her diabetes, and a whole slew of other issues that currently go on in her body. So we're going to be taking a look at the video that she uploaded of her journey home. I'm not exactly sure when she came home. Some people are speculating that it was sometime last week, but I think that she just told us that she got home like 2 days ago or something. I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and take a look at this video. This is something that we've seen before. She likes to vlog her travel journey and everything. So I'm guessing what this video is going to be is just her struggling a lot on the airplane.
Get your cameo today.
Hello guys, so now we are heading for the Kuwait International Airport.
I'm gonna miss you, babe.
Oh my god, I hear goodbyes!
Me too.
Oh my god, he's such a bad actor. He's such a bad actor. I mean, cracking up, laughing. Why? I didn't review this video, but she put up a video maybe like a month ago about her getting a new car. And for some reason, the car had plastic all over and it still has the thing in the window. You know, like when you go to a car dealership and you can look in the window and it'll have paper taped to it. It'll have all of like the specifications of the car and the price and, you know, the mileage and how much it gets to the gallon and everything. Why is that paper still in the window? You can kind of see it just like to the right of his beard right here. Like, why is this still taped in the window? It kind of makes me think that they don't own this car. Because normally when you buy a car, you don't leave on all the plastic and the paper taped up and all the... It's just strange. It's just odd. But... I don't know. If I have it my way with Shantopoulos, we'll never see this car ever again. We'll never see the Middle East ever again. She will stay in Canada. Oh my gosh. I hate goodbyes. No. Oh yeah. Such a bad actor.
I hear goodbyes!
Me too. So I have my luggage.
Not gonna hear this for a while. What was that? It was like some intercom. Is that like a call to worship or something? I know, like in the Middle East, they pray a certain amount of times during the day, and maybe this message is to let people know that it's time to pray. Chantal, just because you matched with someone on Tinder from the other side of the world, and you moved there and funded his lifestyle for a year and are continuing to try to get him papers to be a Canadian citizen, this is. Oh my god! It's like you're not fooling anyone, Chantal. I mean, you have shown no interest, no effort, no anything in terms of wanting to be a part of this religion. I just don't really appreciate or like the idea of Chantal moving to another country, wearing some of that culture's clothes, and then, oh, it's okay. I'm a part of things now. I mean, like, this means something to some people. And it's just the way that Chantal looks at it and how blasé she treats Islam and Muslim culture and everything. It's I would wonder if other Muslim people find it as disrespectful as me, like, not even involved in it. Like, I'm objectively looking at it and I can see, like, this would be disrespectful towards someone who actually is a part. I wonder if they feel the same way.
So I have my luggage here, ready to go for our first trip to Dubai.
Okay, baby, relax. You are going now to Dubai.
Like, elated the whole time. But I mean, if I remember correctly, when they did a little vlog of her leaving last time back in February, he was kind of in the same mood. Oh my gosh, he just looks so ragged. Like, the bags under the eyes, just kind of. I did see on X earlier today a side-by-side of the first day or like the first week that he was ever with Chantal versus today. And I mean, when you look at this man and then compared to a year ago when she flew out there, it's a drastic difference. I mean, what 1 year of living with Foodie Beauty does to you. All right, so a lot of copyright-free music in this vlog so far. So she had her intro, she did her cameo, a lot of driving on the interstate. So far, the only thing that's really been said by the two of them is, oh, this is going to be so sad. And then he said, oh, here, just take a deep breath, relax. I mean... Okay, now we're looking at a water bottle. So as most of you know, December is the highest paying month for content creators on YouTube because the people that pay for the ads on this website are paying more because, more holiday shopping is taking place this time of the year and more people are spending money in general. So advertisers pay out the content creators more. So notice how this video is 12 minutes. We know that if you upload a video that is 8 minutes or longer, you're able to add in what's called a mid-roll ad in your video. So you watch one at the beginning and then you watch one maybe 4 or 5 minutes in, and then, you get that extra ad. So the more ads people watch, the more money you make, essentially. So what I'm seeing here with this little fluffed up content to 12 minutes of just her getting driven around and showing us a water bottle and everything, a lot of filler footage. Chantal is known for doing this. She is known for stretching out a whole lot of nothing past 8 minutes so she can get that mid-roll ad. But yeah, if you find looking at a bottle of water exhilarating, then this is the channel you want to go to. For a sec. When she started doing that, I thought she was wiping the sweat off her face, not crying. I did. I thought that was her wiping the sweat off her face.
And there's my plane. Going to Dubai, first flight. So this is my first time using Emirates. I usually use Qatar, so I'll see how it is. They just had a cheaper flight this time. Around the holidays it's very expensive. So, but I have a story time about that after, about the seats. So far the customer service is phenomenal. So my first flight is 5:45 p.m. Sorry, I had to drag my heavy carry-on all the way here to my gate, and we're about to board. So, and it's now.
As one does in an airport, when you have a carry-on item like that, you have to carry it on the plane with you. Hence the term. I don't get it. Like, what would be the alternative? You have someone else carry it for you? Sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to carry my luggage to. I just need to hear that one more time.
About the seats. So far the customer service is phenomenal. So my first flight is 5:45 p.m. Sorry, I had to drag my heavy carry-on all the way here to my gate, and we're about to board. So.
Oh, okay. She's apologizing for being out of breath. Well, yeah, Chantal. I mean, given the context, given the dimensions, given the situation at hand here, I can imagine that walking through an airport while bringing along some luggage would be a little bit difficult for you, because we have seen you in recent vlogs of you walking across a parking lot and telling us that makes you dizzy. A few months back, we watched you do an elliptical for, I think it was 26 seconds before wanting to quit. Things are not good. So I'm hoping that whatever she plans to accomplish in Canada can make it so she is able to put herself in situations in life so that she isn't getting winded or dizzy after walking to her gate at the airport.
And it's an hour and 45-minute flight to Dubai. And then I have a 5.5-hour layover in Dubai. Another thing I saw is a first-class Falcon. Falconry is really big in the Middle East here, so you're allowed to bring a Falcon, I think. I'm not sure exactly the rules, but that man had a Falcon with him. So yeah, I think you have to buy a seat for the Falcon. And they're very, very cute. So this is a Boeing 777, and so far the cabin is just so warm. The color scheme is warm, the sand dune detail on the walls, the huge entertainment screen too. As for my seatbelt extender, never be ashamed or shy to ask for one. Now I got lucky and the flight
warm. How do I interpret that? Because you just finished a scene talking very close to your camera with sweat all over your face. And then you get on a plane and describe it as warm. But she's saying it as if it's a comfortable warm. It's something that feels cozy. It's a favorable thing in her opinion. But if I'm walking around the airport and I'm sweating and I get on a plane and it's warm, I'm not going to be happy. So I don't really know what to make of this.
Was pretty empty, so I didn't have to get 2 seats, but this was eye-opening for me, and I've decided I'm not going to travel anymore without buying 2 seats. I can't bank on a seat being empty. You never know when a flight will be full.
I was about to say, there's like no one on this flight. Do you guys see one other person? I was about to say, is that a person's head? No. What is going on? Why is there no one else? Is she the only person on this plane? So she's flying to Dubai. I'm guessing she has obviously she's not flying from Kuwait directly to, wherever it is in Canada that she lands at, but she's flying to Dubai from Kuwait, and there's like only one other person. Maybe that's a head back there. I can't tell. This is odd. This is strange. So this is also eye-opening to her because she realizes that from now on she has to buy 2 seats. Because if you spill over into the second seat, that's infringing on a space that someone else paid for, and that's pretty rude. I mean, I agree. I mean, if I was sitting down and someone was spilling over into my seat where I therefore had less space because of them, I really wouldn't be that happy.
Seatbelt extender, never be ashamed or shy to ask for one. Now I got lucky and the flight was pretty empty, so I didn't have to get 2 seats, but this was eye-opening for me, and I've decided I'm not going to travel anymore without buying 2 seats. I can't bank on a seat being empty. You never know when a flight will be full, and as you can see, the armrest has to come down or else you have to buy 2 seats. So yeah. I will say that the air ventilation, the fan, is the strongest of any flight I've ever been on.
Okay, so in this vlog so far, 5 minutes in. Oh, okay, there's one other person on this flight. Perfect, there's one other person. So on this flight so far, we have heard about the air ventilation. She's filmed a water bottle. She filmed him driving her there, and she was sweaty by the time she got to her gate. That's what's been accomplished so far. Almost halfway done. Oh boy, I can't wait for the second half.
So as you can see, the plane was like empty. It was crazy. The flight from Dubai to Montreal was more full, but still, I've never seen it this empty before. Not gonna complain. Alright, I'm gonna do voiceover because you can barely hear me here, but I was saying that the seats so far compared to Qatar are more comfortable. They're about the same size, but there's something about the design that's more comfortable. Although I'm not gonna dog Qatar because I do love them as an airline as well. So the engine noise drowned me out here too, but basically I said how much I miss Salah and my pets, and I can't believe I'm on my way to Canada. It's surreal. And here they give out these peculiar looking headphones that were shaped in a square, different I guess. Time to watch some movies. So on this flight I decided to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. I prefer the original. I just love Gene Wilder. So I gave back the Pepsi. I'm really trying not to drink soda, especially not Pepsi. But this was a really good meal. It came with like some kind of charcuterie board, like a halal one with like...
Oh, come on. You were given this can of soda and you filmed it in your vlog, but you gave it back after you were done filming? Come on, Chantal. You drank this thing. This was 2 gulps for you.
Beef prosciutto, peppercorn turkey breast, different kinds of cheese, hummus, tabbouleh, grape leaves, some kind of wrap with like potato curry, pita. Then there was like this little dessert. It was like a mini red velvet cheesecake. It was really, really good. The Dubai airport, I didn't film much because I was just hustling my way through it. It was confusing. You have to go through different floors. You have to take a train. Anyway, I finally just had a seat and...
Literally any airport. You have to look at signs on the ceiling. You have to figure out where you're going. You have to find out what gate you need to be at to catch your flight. At one point, I even had to get out my smartphone and double check something to make sure the information was correct. I had to take a tram From one airport, from one part of the airport to the other? From one airport to the other airport, yeah. Oh my. But you know what? I guess I have to consider Chantal hasn't really flown a lot. I mean, she's 40 and she's gone back to Kuwait. Okay, she went to Kuwait, came back to Kuwait, went to Kuwait. So that's like, now she's going back. So what, like 4 or 5 flights between here and Canada? And then they did the Thailand thing. So that's 2 more. Okay, so like by 40, she's taken like what, 6 or 7 flights in her life? I don't know. So maybe this is still a learning curve for her.
I won't even tell you how much I paid for 2 waters and a lemonade. It is robbery. Airport prices are insane. But my aunt gave me a really good tip that I'm going to do from...
Wait, she's trying to cut down on soda, but she got a big lemonade? And on top of that, an overpriced big lemonade. Yeah, guys, I gave the Pepsi back because I'm really not trying to drink soda right now. Gets a big sugary lemonade. That was short-lived.
Airport prices are insane. But my aunt gave me a really good tip that I'm going to do from now on, because you can't bring water through security, right? Anything over 3 ounces. So she said she brings a couple of empty water bottles and fills them up at the water stations in the airport beside the bathrooms. Should have totally done that. Next time, I guess. One cool feature about Emirates is at night, the roof of the aircraft lights up with like, it looks like a night sky. It's so calming. And one thing that happened right after this shot, I thought we were gonna die. I started praying to Allah, like I was saying, Astaghfirullah, please, if we die, send me to heaven.
Did you get that little specification right there? I started praying, and she took a pause. To Allah. Thank you for letting us know who it went to, Chantal.
Like, the turbulence. I've never experienced turbulence like this. It felt like the plane was...
Well, of course you haven't. You've taken 6 flights in your life. I've never experienced turbulence like this ever. I mean, as if like she's... as if like this is her like 80th flight or something.
Like dropping out of the sky. I had minor whiplash. You could hear all the drink carts like shaking in the back. It was bad. Like, it was really...
Now, was that the really terrifying part for her? The drink cart shaking? So maybe the soda would have all tipped over and she wouldn't... Petty, mean comment, Jord. We're not doing petty and mean today. But really, I mean, how terrifying would that have been if all the soda fell over and it got all fizzy?
Really, really scary. And I was just like, oh my God, I had to take deep breaths. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like, I could start feeling my pulse just like beating on the sides of my, like in my temples, and I was getting lightheaded. Like, I don't know. I watched too many plane crash videos, but...
Low-hanging fruit comment. If I acknowledge it before I say it, it makes it okay. Is she certain that all of these symptoms that she is experiencing on the plane right now, the shortness of breath, the lightheadedness, the feeling like she's going to have a heart attack, is a result of panic of the plane crashing? Or...
This was intense turbulence, and luckily we made it through, alhamdulillah, but it was really bad. Has anyone been through really bad turbulence? Comment below. I never thought I would see you again.
Oh, this is her car. This is her little Kia. So as far as I know, Chantal still owes a lot of money on this, in addition to having a ton of other debt in a lot of other aspects of her life. Okay. Neat to see this thing hasn't been repoed yet.
I never thought. Oh, my car! My car! Reunited at last with my Kia. I know people are going to pause and look at every crumb and stain in this car, but do yourself a favor and just pass on it. This car needs to be cleaned so bad. So that's one of the first things I'm going to do while I'm here is get this car cleaned up. I have to take it for service, for brake service actually, and get it cleaned up. Now this is...
Yeah, I mean, she's not going to do it. There's no way. She could barely make it to her gate. She's going to get in here and shampoo the seats and wash the floors and all that and do the mats. I don't think that she'll get this car cleaned, because getting your car detailed, I mean, it's not wildly expensive, but it's still an expense that could otherwise go to takeout or other fun stuff. Having the car a little bit dirty like this is not a big priority for her. I think it's going to stay as is.
It's just, I'm so tired. Like, I was traveling for close to 25 hours after everything, barely sleeping. I need to put on my CPAP and get some good rest. So I will be doing Canada beezing very soon. All right. So I appreciate the space. I've been taking for a bit, but Canada bees very soon with more videos. And I hope you enjoyed my journey home. I just wanted to get here to Canada and get the travel over with. That journey is arduous and it's getting harder and harder. I have to really just take a break from doing that journey for a little while.
Well, yeah, there's a correlation. The reason why that journey is getting harder and harder is because you are deteriorating more and more. There's a direct link between those two variables.
So, yeah, but it's been rough and emotional because I left another family behind, and, well, you know, it's hard being away from my husband and my pets. And those of you who think that I'm abandoning my pets, they're not only my pets, they're Salah's pets. He's their pet dad, and he's going to take very good.
I don't really know what to think. Do you guys think that she's going to go back? Because I was pretty certain that when she came back in February, she wasn't going to go back. But I think that she is so far in on this that she would rather go over there and be miserable and continue to put herself in very dire situations health-wise if it means that she can show the internet that she's in some fake partnership. This is just crazy to me, the way this woman's mind works. But she set the precedent for herself. With the last guy, it was all you had to do was fake love me. So she found someone that will fake love her, and in return, she'll work on him getting him citizenship. I also think that he thinks that he's got this in the bag, that he knows that this is going to be a long haul. He's put a year in already. So I want to say she's not going to go back, but just of how the situation is, I feel like she will. I feel like she'll go back sometime in January or February.
Good care of them until I can see them again, which does really bother me. You know, I really miss them, and inshallah I will see them again soon. But I have a lot of things I have to take care of here for myself, and sometimes you need distance to take care of things, especially when you're from two different parts of the world, opposite ends of the world, and from two very different cultures. But
no, it has nothing to do with that. It's because she wants to go to Canada and take advantage of the free healthcare in Canada. She's not able to afford her medications or what she needs over in Kuwait, so she has to go back home and get it for free, basically on someone else's dime. You know, all other Canadians pay taxes, you know, pay into this system that pays for the healthcare, and then Chantal, who goes off and doesn't pay her taxes and lives in the Middle East, she'll come back for the free healthcare, and then, you know, once she's received what she's needed to receive, she goes back to where she... Oh my gosh. Sometimes when you're from two different parts of the world, you need some distance to get some perspective and figure things out. Okay, that's a very poetic way of saying I'm going back to Canada to take advantage of my free healthcare. Because over there, she either doesn't have access to it or she can't afford it. And then in that case, she would be shit out of luck. So she's going to go where it's free and where it's familiar.
Nonetheless, no matter how far away, I will always love you, and we will see each other again soon. So, I'm in Canada, but I'm bringing all of my morals with me, and all of my beliefs with me, and all of the changes that I've made to myself with me, and I will continue to work on my character and my health here. As you can see, Salah sent me this picture this morning of the pets, and they're very happy with him. They're very close with him. They love us, equally, and he will take very good care of them for me, and I will see them every day on video in the meantime. So thanks for watching this journey, guys. I will have more videos coming soon to show you guys. Bye.
This is insane. This is absolutely insane how delusional all of this is. I mean, I think that she has a better shot. I mean, in terms of her getting on a good track, I think it's unlikely, very similarly to Amber Lynn. But I think that she has a better shot at doing it over in Canada versus alone in the Middle East. This is just so insane to me. I think she'll try to go back. I do. But throughout the rest of December and however, long she stays in Canada and everything, we will continue to cover the Food Network and everything, just because the content probably will go up in quality a little bit, just because it's so boring when she's over there. I mean, it's all mukbangs. It's all that is. She sits on the floor and she films herself eating. So at least here she can drive around, she can do some stuff. So there might be some content to take a look at. We'll kind of do it as a as needed kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully the Food Network spices up a little bit. What do you all expect from this? Do you think that she's going to go back? Do you think that this is just another little respite that she's taking, similarly to February when she came back and all that stuff happened with BBJ? Let me know what you think. I still haven't quite made up my mind yet. But I think that she's going to try to go back because I think she's obsessed with the idea of having a man that wants her. All right, that was it for this video. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later. This was the Food Network.